A reporter and photographer at a TV station in Roanoke, Virginia were killed this morning. Live on the air, we'll have the latest. Gunfire in a southern Kentucky courthouse after police say a man overpowered a bailiff, stole his gun, and shot and killed himself. We'll have the details from Bell County.
And we continue with gorgeous fall weather across central and eastern Kentucky, though I'm tracking some changes showing up with the weekend forecast here in just a moment.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon to you and welcome to News at 4. I'm Amber Philpott. Jennifer has the afternoon off. We continue to enjoy this serious taste of fall weather across the area. We have a live picture now of downtown Lexington, and it looks like this nice weather that we have right there is going to continue for the rest of our work week. We're going to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Chris, this is just fabulous.
Yes, it is, and it just, as you said, just keeps on rolling on here across the entire area. We were just looking at that live shot into downtown Lexington, the current view on top of Hamburg Pavilion with a similar setup. We've got a lot of clouds this afternoon as expected, so it's been a mix of some sun and some clouds. Right now, Lexington 74 degrees, more clouds than sun, but it's that north to northeasterly wind keeping those cooler than normal temperatures in place across central and eastern Kentucky. Most areas again today struggling to get out of the low and mid 70s, 70 to 75 into most areas as of now. Look at the cool spot. A couple of cool spots. Jackson, Maysville, both checking in at 71 degrees. Cloud cover continues, especially into central and eastern Kentucky, and especially into the afternoon. What happens? You get blue skies in the morning, cold air aloft, a little bit of heating of the day from the sun. All of a sudden, you get these fair weather cumulus clouds to develop on that strong northwesterly flow that continues across central and eastern Kentucky. So your weather headlines, the fall fling is going to continue for a few more days. Then September inches closer, and Amber will track some changes into the first few days of September with the 7-day forecast. But I'll get back in a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. A horrifying crime played out on live TV this morning. A news crew with WDJB TV was ambushed while conducting a live report on the air. Both the reporter and photographer were shot and killed. It happened during a live shot from the town of Montauk, about 40 minutes outside of Roanoke. The gunman, Vester Flanagan, was a disgruntled ex-employee of the station. He later shot and killed himself while running from police. Karen Kafa has the latest. It is our top story at 4.
Early Wednesday morning, WDBJ reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were shot and killed during an interview. The attack caught live on air.
Both Parker and Ward were residents of Roanoke, Virginia. Let us not forget, they grew up in this area. They were part of our community.
Local Chamber of Commerce executive Vicki Gardner was shot in the back. Following emergency surgery, the hospital describes her as being in stable condition. The gunman is Vester Flanagan, a former reporter with the station who went by the on-air name of Bryce Williams. He worked at the station for about a year before he was fired.
I can't figure out any connection with those people who were among the kindest, nicest people who worked here.
Flanagan apparently shot himself when he was confronted by authorities along a Virginia interstate. Investigators are trying to piece together a possible motive. A few hours after the shooting, Flanagan posted a series of tweets and Facebook posts, as well as 2 videos of the attack. He appears to have filmed those himself. Twitter and Facebook have suspended his accounts.
At some point in his life, it would appear things were spiraling out of control.
For now, family, friends, and coworkers are trying to make sense of this tragedy. Parker was an up-and-coming reporter, a rock star, one anchor called her. Ward had been with the station for 4 years and was engaged to a morning producer with the station. She was in the control room when the shooting occurred. I'm Karen Kafa reporting.
The general manager of WDBJ, who went on air right after the shooting, is a recent inductee into the Kentucky Journalism Hall of Fame. Jeffrey Marks started his career as a radio reporter in Lexington after graduating from UK. He then moved on to work as a reporter and producer at WHAS TV and WHAS Radio in Louisville from 1975 until 1981. Coming up on WKYT News at 6, you'll hear from a University of Kentucky professor who was part of the induction ceremony testimony this past April. Shots were fired in a Southern Kentucky judicial center today after a man overpowered a bailiff. State police say a judge had just ordered 25-year-old Eric Barnett into custody after a hearing in a drug court at the Bell County Judicial Center. State police say Barnett took the bailiff's gun and then shot and killed himself. WKYT's Phil Pendleton continues our top stories now at 4.
A court hearing had just taken place. It was just before 11 o'clock this morning when all of these events took place. I am told that 25-year-old Eric B. Barnett of Pineville was in a drug court hearing. Something happened in that hearing, and we're not exactly sure what, but he was ordered to be taken into custody, and he was then taken into an elevator by the bailiff. There was a scuffle, some kind of a fight with the bailiff, and that's when police say Barnett was able to get the bailiff's weapon, and he shot and killed himself. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Again, we are still trying to gather all the details on exactly what happened this morning, and we hope to have much more for you at 5 and 6 o'clock. But for now, in Bell County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say only the bailiff and Barnett were in the elevator at the time of the shooting. A teacher accused of having sex with a 16-year-old student made her first court appearance this morning. Brandy Whitaker appeared via video conference from the Madison County Jail. Police arrested and charged her with sexual abuse, rape, and sodomy yesterday. They say she admitted she met the boy twice over the summer off campus. Her attorney entered a not guilty plea on her behalf.
This did not happen during the school year. This happened over the summertime. So does the position of special trust apply or does it not?
Whitaker teaches biology at Madison Southern. She has been suspended with pay while this case moves through the court. Police want to find the burglars who broke into 2 schools. It happened early Tuesday morning at Casey County Middle and High Schools. The crime was caught on video. Police say the suspect was inside for as long as about a half an hour in one building. The main target was the office in both buildings. Damage was done to a window and doors to gain access, and once inside, police say it appears the burglars knew where to go.
Went to the office, the front office, and looked like a pry bar or crowbar or something of that type. Busted a hole in a glass door and unlocked it from the inside. Went inside the office and went through everything they could go through inside and took some money.
Police say it appears that the subject is a man, and they're hoping that someone will recognize him by his clothing, possible mannerisms, or other features in that video. Summer is officially over for students at UK. It is the first day of classes there. Thousands of students are swarming campus today, working out a new routine and finding all their classrooms. And that, combined with multiple construction areas around campus, will mean some extra traffic and delays in that area. So take note of that. We are working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us now from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Sam.
Good afternoon, Amber. This afternoon, a teenager pled guilty in a Lexington murder case. 17-year-old Damian Sanders is charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of Antonio Franklin. Police say that Franklin was caught in the crossfire of a shootout last April in Duncan Park. Brian Brown, Nashiam Dixon, and William Dixon are charged with murder in the case. They'll be tried as adults next month. We'll have a live report on this story from the courthouse coming up on WKYT News at 5 o'clock. He's accused of killing a Clark County man. Now the case against Roger Kinney will go to a grand jury. Kinney appeared before a judge for a preliminary hearing today. Investigators say that Kinney killed Darrell Wiseman in May, but his body was only discovered last month. Coming up on WKYT News at 4:30, you'll hear from Wiseman's aunt. She says she wants justice for her nephew. A robber targeted a popular coffee spot early this morning. The owner of Common Grounds off Heartland Parkway says a man wearing a blue bandana over his face pulled up to the drive-thru about 6:30 this morning. We're told he pointed a gun at the employee and demanded money. She says her shop has been hit before. Someone recently broke in, and there was an attempted robbery a couple of months ago.
You know, my biggest fear is for my, employees. We have young females that work for us, and to have a gun even shown to you. If it were me, I would be done for the day, panic attack, scared to death.
A nearby Subway restaurant has surveillance of the car involved, and the employee at the drive-thru did get a license plate number. That's a look at some of the news in progress. Amber, back to you.
Sam, thank you. Comcast is hoping to provide an internet connection 50 times faster than typical broadband. The details next in WKYT Money Watch. And if you have noticed it's taking you longer to get to work, you are not alone. How long the average commuter spends in traffic, that's ahead.